Hey guys, what's up? Wanted to make a quick video. Now, obviously, you've never seen me on the ground like this, so I wanted to show you something that I believe is crucial to developing your core. Now, when I say core, that doesn't mean abs specifically. Now, abs are something that you can develop yourself, obviously, and some people are just born with this predisposition genetically to have these abs. I don't want everybody to equate core just with abs, okay? Core is that literally what it means, that strength that you have within the core that allows both your upper and lower torso to work in unison or in tandem. Okay, so anyway, there are many exercises out there that one can do. This exercise in particular and how you do this exercise, to me, again, personally, is one of the greatest tools and ways to develop a strong core. Now, the way you use this is important because a lot of people get hurt their back doing this. And if you're hurting your back, then right off the rip, you should know that you're not either A, invoking the core the way it's supposed to, like that core set, or you have a weak core. So your back shouldn't hurt at all. Number two is, most people, and this is something I teach in the school all the time, and have been teaching this for a zillion years. We normal human beings, when we grab something, we grab it with our thumb, okay? Nothing wrong with that, obviously. That's a great thing. And that's what apparently separates us from the apes. But when you include the thumb, you're adding all of this secondary and tertiary little muscle groups that obviously help you. Now, in the grand scheme of things, of course, your body is always on flight or fight mode, like, okay, well, what's the best way it's going to utilize my limbs or whatever else to help me? So it's not that it's a bad thing, but specifically with this exercise for the core, we want to remove the thumb. And so what that's going to do is going to just literally keep the muscle group to where it's supposed to be. So you have the brachialis, and the brachialis is in between the bicep and the tricep. And then you have the brachioradialis, and that is connected into this forearm, this chunk right here. So the brachioradialis, when stressed, when worked at its optimum, then starts to invoke all of those tendons and muscles that permeate up to those secondary and tertiaries, but it's done through a stress. So the way we hold it is important. And so I'm going to show you this apparatus here. Now, if you have dumbbells and you don't have this in particular, that will work as well. You can technically create your own, but fortunately they sell this everywhere. Okay, so I want to show you the way I do it and the way I believe it should be done. Now, in my other video, I'm going to show you how to do this standing up. But for now, let's just strengthen our core and let's do it properly, okay? So I'm only going to do a few, but I want to try to walk you through what it is exactly what we're doing. So, and then let me just get into position. So when you have your legs, so like a lot of people have this wide base, okay? And if you have this wide base while you're holding this, I don't want to say that it's cheating, but it's almost like cheating, okay? Because of your wide base and then this narrow, it's like carrying a wagon, okay? So it's like you have the wide base and then it narrows down. Having the wide base and having that psoas muscle into your flexors and then having your hamstrings and everything invoked, again, your body wants to help you, but that's not what we want to do here to test our core. So what I like to do is get my knees touching each other, okay? And I like to cross my feet, okay? So now I have my knees touching each other, so they're glued, and I have my feet crossed. Now what that does is that wide base that we used to have has now narrowed down. And now narrowing that down when doing this exercise is going to pull and really try to tax your core, okay? Let me just show you now the way I do it. I'm gonna move back here so you can see the full extension, okay? So here I am. I'm going to grab this without the thumb. So without the thumb. When I have this dead in the center, my knees are locked and my feet are locked in like glue. Now, when I go down, I want to make sure that I don't just let gravity pull me down, but that I bring it down. So I bring it all the way down and my nose touches the ground. And then when I go up, I go to 45 degrees and then I go back and to 45 degrees. Now, if I go all the way back to 90 degrees and I'm perpendicular to the floor, again, I know your body wants to help, but I consider that a form of cheating, okay? Because you're going back perpendicular to the ground, really, you're allowing that core muscle to relax. Again, that's cheating. We don't want to have it relaxed. We want to have it constantly in full flexion. Okay, so I'm going to do this again. So I want to show you no thumb. Okay, so you put this here. Knees tight together and feet crossed. Okay, so I'm going back here. I'm going to go in and the tip of my nose, I'm going as far down as I possibly can. So if you have a big schnauzer, it's going to work to your benefit because your nose is going to hit the ground before your body can get parallel to the ground. But if you're not, hey, so here we go. I cross, I'm going to go all the way down and my elbows are locked. And then I go up 45. So when I say elbows are locked, so a lot of people do this. Watch my elbows. You see that? So once I bent my elbows like that, basically what I did was invoke yet another muscle group. So when I went like from here and locked it going straight to bending my elbow, I've invoked my chest muscle, my delt, my traps, and of course, when I do this, my scapula down to my lats get invoked. So you see a lot of different muscle groups, which again is, for me, a form of cheating. If you want to do this, narrow everything down. So your arms are locked and they're straight down, straight up. Your knees are locked. Your feet are crossed. And what you're using is the primary muscle. You'll notice that by doing this, you will invoke the scapula, but you're also working on your forearm as you have to hold that from that weight at that angle. And then the other and last thing, just to reiterate, is so a lot of people go all the way down and with momentum, then they go all the way up and all the way down and all the way up. You want to eliminate that by going all the way down, slow, 45. So now you're invoking, boom, that core has to hold you at that angle, where as I go here into a right angle, I don't have to hold anything anymore because now all of these other muscles are holding me up. So boom, 45, boom, 45, no thumbs, knees touching together, legs crossed. I want you to try this. It is phenomenal. It's something that I do and have been doing every single day. I want to say of my life, I'm 53 years old, and I've been doing this, I don't even know, I'm going to say since I was about 10 years old, okay? So for most of my life. And what that does is develop a core that is unshakable. And so when you get into fighting and everything, you'll be able to sustain more blows. But more than that, when you punch, kick, and hit, everything you do, even just walking, invokes that core. So in this case, a stronger core is a stronger output. Anyway, I hope this thing helped you. If you have any questions, obviously hit me up. And if you want, and you have one of these, or if you have some sort of contraption like this, and you make a video, just DM me the video. Let me take a look at it and see if we got it correct. All right? It's a great workout at the very least. All right, guys. Peace.